Welcome back, children. Hope you all are fine. Today we are going to learn part 1 of class 11 economics paper, that is statistics for economics. Now in class 11 you have to learn two papers. One is part 1 statistics for economics. There you will learn application of statistical data in economics. You have learned about the statistical tools in class 10 like mean, median, mode, etc. So all these statistical tools and its application will in economics will be learned in part 1. That is, the name of the textbook is Statistics for Economics. Now part 2 is microeconomics, which we already learned, we finished with one chapter of microeconomics, and I told you there are two branches of economics. One is microeconomics and the other one is macroeconomics. Microeconomics you will be learning in class 11 and macroeconomics you will be learning in class 12. So along with this microeconomics you will be learning statistics for economics in class 11. So I think you got a clear picture about the two papers that you have to learn for class 11. One is part 1 statistics for economics, that is application of statistical tools in economics, and the second paper microeconomics, which we already finished learning one chapter. Now in chapter 1 of statistics in economics is the name of the textbook. In chapter 1 of that textbook, the name of that chapter is Introduction. That is why I have given it in the beginning. The name of the chapter 1 in statistics in economics is Introduction. The name of the chapter is Introduction. In the introduction chapter, in the introductory part of the chapter, in the first chapter of statistics in economics, the definitions given by different economists is given. The chapter of statistics in economics starts with different definitions given by different economists like Lionel Robbins, then Alfred Marshall, P.A. Samuelson, etc. Now you have learned about the definition given by Lionel Robbins in microeconomics chapter 1. So there is no need of further explanation regarding the definition given by Lionel Robbins, but still I will help you to remember the points given by Lionel Robbins in his definition on economics. According to Lionel Robbins, he has defined economics with the concepts such as ends and scarce means, which has alternative uses. End, what is end? Objective. What is the objective of an economy? Production. What is means? The ways to achieve that end. Production can be done only with the help of resources, and those resources are scarce and it has alternative uses. So this is what Lionel Robbins have made us to study about economics. Now that is explained in your chapter 1 introduction in statistics for economics textbook, and the textbook that we follow is NCERT. Now after the definition of Lionel Robbins, the definition given by Alfred Marshall is given there in the textbook. Now let us start learning from the definition of Alfred Marshall. Now Alfred Marshall has defined economics as a study of man in the ordinary business of life. Economics is a study of man in the ordinary business of life. What is meant by ordinary business of life? This is the term which we have to explain. Ordinary business of life means what? He is involved in different activities. What kind of activities that we are involved? Economic activities. We are involved in both economic activities and non-economic activities, isn't it? Now when we learn economics, we are more concerned about the economic activities. What are these economic activities? The activities which gives us monetary benefit is known as economic activities. For example, we are engaged in different works. We can find so many people working in our society like drivers, producers, shopkeepers, professionals like doctors, teachers, lawyers, advocates, etc. All these people work for the monetary benefit. They work for monetary benefit. So this in turn speaks what? About the income or money. So Alfred Marshall has defined economics as a study of man in the ordinary business of life, which means man who is involved in various economic activities to earn the income. Now, P.A. Samuelson, another economist, has defined economics in this way. He has defined economics by giving importance to scarcity of resources. That is also explained in your first chapter in Statistics for Economics. Now, he has defined, his definition is based on the scarcity of resources. Let us see how he has defined. This is an essence of what he has explained. According to him, he has explained how the scarce resources, which has alternative uses, is applied in the economy to produce various commodities to satisfy the wants of the people and to distribute them for the consumption among the various persons. So here I have rounded three important points here, three important words, which are they? Production, consumption and distribution. You are very familiar with these three words because we already learned in chapter 1 of microeconomics regarding production in the economy, distribution of produced goods in the economy, as well as consumption of the people in the economy. Now, P.A. Samuelson has defined economics in such a way how the scarce resources which have alternative uses is used in the economy. Why we are using the resources? To produce. So, according to him, how the scarce resources which has alternative uses is applied in the economy to produce various commodities to satisfy the wants of the people. Why the goods are produced? To satisfy the wants of the people and to distribute them. The produced goods should be definitely distributed. For what it is being distributed? For consumption among various persons. So, which are the three economic activities that has to take place in an economy? Production, consumption, distribution. If there is no production, no consumption. Produced goods has to be distributed. If these three economic activities are not there, income will not be generated. So, because the main point that we stress is generation of income. So, Samuelson has defined economics as how the scarce resources which has alternative uses is applied in the economy for producing various commodities and to distribute those commodities among the various groups of people for consumption. So, all these production, distribution and consumption we will be learning in the form of theories in microeconomics. But in statistics textbook, the chapter 1 has started with the definitions given by different economists regarding economics. So, mainly the definitions given by three economists is given in your textbook in chapter 1. So, what you have to do is read the first 4 pages of lesson 1, introduction. The name of the chapter is Introduction, from NCERT textbook for class 11. The name of the textbook is Statistics for Economics, for more examples regarding the scarcity of resources. So, in this chapter, first 4 pages, it is fully about the definitions given by the economists such as Alfred Marshall, Samuelson, Lionel Robbins regarding economics, and more examples regarding scarcity of resources. So, read the first 4 pages by keeping in mind all the points that you have learned in chapter 1 of microeconomics. So, the different examples of scarcity of resources which I explained in chapter 1 of microeconomics, we can find so many similar examples in this particular chapter also. So, read the first 4 pages of the chapter 1 of statistics for economics by keeping in mind all the points that you have learned in chapter 1 of microeconomics. And the name of the textbook is Statistics for Economics and the publisher is NCERT. Now, after the first 4 pages with regard to the definition of economics, then the second half of the chapter starts with definition of statistics, that is role of statistics in economics. So, from there we are going to learn statistics. So, the second half of the chapter starts with definition of statistics. So first half of the chapter is with regard to definition given by different economists regarding economics, using the scarcity of resources as examples and all. So the second half of the chapter starts with the meaning of statistics. Now let us learn what is the meaning of statistics, because this is the paper that we are going to learn. What is this statistics? Statistics refers to collection, analysis, interpretation and presentation of data. Collection of data, analysis of data, interpretation of data and presentation of data. That is known as statistics. You know what is meant by collection? What is meant by analysis? To analyze means what? What is meant by analysis? A detailed explanation of elements is known as analysis. Each and every element has to be explained, that is known as analysis. The same, almost the same meaning it has got for interpretation. What is interpretation? Action of explaining the meaning in detail. So analysis and interpretation should go hand in hand. So statistics refers to the collection of data, analysis of data, interpretation of data and presentation of data. See, it is given in an order: collection, after collecting, analyze the data, after analyzing, interpret the data, and then you present the data. So that is known as statistics. So once again, definition of statistics is: statistics refers to collection, analysis, interpretation and presentation of data. What is this data? What is this data? Data refers to collection of economic facts. Collection of economic facts. The facts related to economy, our economy. Collection of economic facts is known as data. One example which I can give you is contribution of agricultural sector to GDP. How many sectors are there in an economy? Primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. You know that income of our economy is generated from all these three sectors. We call it as GDP. You have learned in detail in class 10 regarding that, right? What is GDP? Gross domestic product. The value of all final goods and services produced within the domestic territory of the country is known as GDP. So each and every sector of an economy will contribute to the GDP. So to find out what is a contribution, we will collect the data in figures. That is a statistical data. So what is a data? Data refers to collection of economic fact. Now if you want to study what is the contribution of agricultural sector to GDP for past 3 years, collect the data regarding that, how much agricultural sector has contributed to the GDP of our country. So we can see the ups and downs. If there is ups and downs, it will be very easy for a clear understanding. If the statistical data is there, it is very easy for a clear understanding. If there are downs, if the performance is very low, government can find the solution for it to increase it, to increase the performance of agricultural sector. So statistical data is the collection of economic facts. Data refers to economic fact. Another example which I can give you is example 2. Production of food grains in year 2018. If you want to know about the details about the production of food grains in 2018, food grains refers to rice, wheat, millet, maize, etc. So how much rice is produced in our country in the year 2018? How much quantity of wheat is produced in our country in the year 2018? Statistical data can be collected for the government to study how much production has taken place. What is the contribution of agricultural sector in producing all these food grains? To know that, we need statistical data. So data refers to collection of economic fact. Now, there are two types of data. They are quantitative data and qualitative data. Quantitative data means what? Which is presented in the form of quantity. Qualitative data means what? Which is presented in terms of quality or attributes. Now let us see what is that. Quantitative data. Quantitative data, an example that I can give you is production of rice in India has increased from 39.58 million tons in 1974-75 to 106.5 million tons in 2013-14. What does it mean? Production of rice in India has increased from 39.58 million tons in the year 1974-75 to 106.5 million tons in 2013-2014. So what you should understand from this, production of food grains has increased from the past year to 2013-14. So that is a statistical data. We know whether the production of food grains has increased or decreased. It is given in numbers. Therefore, it is known as a quantitative data. From 39.58 to 106.5. So we can find the difference by subtracting 106.5 from 39.58 million. It is given in numbers, therefore it can be termed as a quantitative data. Now next is qualitative data. What is this qualitative data? Now the gender that distinguishes between a boy and a girl, that is a qualitative data. Married, single, male, female, healthy, sick, skilled, unskilled, all these are examples of qualitative data. Human resources in our country, how many are skilled and unskilled, that gives both quantitative as well as qualitative. We are differentiating in the on the basis of skilled and unskilled. So it gives both quantitative as well as qualitative data. So qualitative data refers to the data which is based on certain attributes or quality. Okay, so that is with regard to the two types of data, that is quantitative and qualitative data. So statistics refers to the collection, analysis, interpretation and presentation of data. Data means collection of economic fact. There are two types of data. They are quantitative data and qualitative data. Quantitative data can be expressed in terms of numbers and qualitative data can be expressed in terms of qualities or attributes. Thank you.